United souls, we are waking up to a new creation. Understanding the vibration. When we understand things, life becomes so much easier. This is the purpose, the sole purpose of learning numerology, to help us navigate ourselves without unnecessary burden or unnecessary pain. This is the US election, which happened on the 7th. Okay, let's just make this about the election. Number 14, number 20, how, and I will talk you through it. 14, 14, 23, 24, 25. So this is what I found very interesting, that the two surnames were both 25. This is when the gods are really showing their presence here. So we have both surnames. So this is how they went up. Trump and Biden. They both are 7-7. This is what I really want to point out. They both are 7-7. And that's the gods, the two creations in the scriptures. So basically, the two creations, of course, this is showing us how it happens. So there are two forces, the two sides. But after the election is won, everyone has to come together and work together and form hands and shake hands. This is why there's supposed to be a shaking of hands afterwards. Okay, so still double checking this. This is 5, 11, 12. And here, what I found, let's look at the first name. What I felt when I saw Joe, I remembered the 12 disciples, the 12 zodiac signs, the 12 hours of the day. More than anything else, I remembered when the first spell that is cast in the scriptures, in Genesis of chapter 1 verse 3, is when Mother Eve says, "Let there be light. Let there be light." That was the first thing that really caught my eye. Now it's in verse 3, but of course the first word also is of 3 letters, just like Joe is of 3 letters, and Joe also is 12. And of course this carries the whole energy of the 12 vibration or numerical vibration or correspondence. Another thing that caught my eye as well is that the word let also equals 10. So here in Joe Biden having 10, this is the energy, because let is to say allow, and so on. And so he has all this correct correspondence to the new creation. That's what jumped at me when I saw that, and I thought, oh. Another thing that actually, I keep saying another thing that showed me that, wow, I think he's going to win. I just didn't have the time to do this, is that the letters to his name, both name, we have the first letter or the first word is 3 letters, and the second is 5 letters. It's like Christ, and he carries that B in his the surname as well. So the surname is 7, which speaks of the new creation, and of course the first name is 3, has the 3, which is, as I continue to say, I feel I may have to do 2 videos with this, because just to keep them short. So 3 actually is that which is M, it is 3, it is E, and it is also W, which is an 8-petal flower that corresponds to the 8th setting, like the word set. There's, of course, and this is how long the terms could go on for. It's 2 sets of 4 years, so it's 8. So this is where he carries that 8 vibration, and having said that, he may well do the 8-year term. So, but he has the 8. 8 actually is a set. and that's one of the gods of the 14 gods that I have been talking about. On the other hand, we have Donald, which also has is very symbolic, and it's no wonder he was the president as well, because he had 6 letters to the first name. The 6 letters to the first name with Donald, he was bearing the new Genesis, the new Genesis. And of course, in the new Genesis, after the new Genesis, he now, of course, done the 4 year term, which is coinciding with the children of Israel, the 40 years in the desert, the 40 days when Christ fasted, all this 4, which is not really the nice 4 you could really think of, but that's what happens, because that's where the regeneration is happening. It's like, this is where God is saying, wake up, people, you need to understand, and so on. Okay, so for instance, equals 27. I'm sorry, 25, which in itself are 7, because that's the energy that they went up with. So Trump, Trump, is also 7. So the 2 gods, or the 2 sets of creation, had gone up. This is like the story of Job and Satan, when Satan had this thing with God. God and Satan had a bet, and that Job would turn against God, and so on. This is that kind of thing, and there's a coming together that makes it whole afterwards. Okay, but this is also like the story or the genealogy of Jesus as well. When it is said in Matthew, he comes from a genealogy of 14 generations of 14. So this is what we are talking about 14. And we see this is how Jesus came in. He didn't first come as Christ, he came as Jesus, which is Jesus. This is why it is said that he's come to bear all the world. And in all the world here, we see that Jesus is playing out in Trump and Biden. Let's do this properly. I want to okay. Trump, Trump, and Biden. Okay. Now, there's the thing I really want to show as well. Biden. They both have, I'm doing Biden. They both have 5 letters to their names. The surname, both 5 letters. So this is 7. Now, Jesus, as I said, Jesus, which is 1. Excuse me. This is how they come. 1. This is how Jesus, and 1. The 1. And of course, the numerical value for 1 is 7. 7. And adding 7 plus 7 together, that's how we have 14, which encapsulates the 14 gods, that which we are the embodiment of. And also Mother Eve, EVE, is actually 545, which equals 14. And just like, of course, this is why it is said Jesus came from the generation of 14 gods. So we could see Mother Eve here, and Jesus having 1. This is how we see the 7, like in the Matrix, Neo, which is the same letters, NEO. And this is how we reverberate the energetic vibration of the gods within us. So the gods were very much alive in America, or very pronounced, making their presence felt very closely, and hence we could see the tug of war is still happening, you could say. So this is very interesting. Now remember that we said that the first spell Mother Eve cast to have had any kind of life in how we see it. Of course, when it says in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth, but the first thing we see is on number 3, or the third verse, when Mother Eve says let. It's like let is like opening a tap. Let there be light. And that came to 12. This is the other thing I really want to emphasize. That came to 12. 4 letters. The 4 letters came to 12. It's like the 4 years have now, the 4 years of Trump have now been that representation of the children of Israel in the desert, in the or Christ praying on the mount 40 days and 40 nights, whatever 4 represents. But not only that, more pronounced is that we are in 2020. So that is the 4 right there. 2020 is 4, and which correlates people, the date. So 1 plus 3 is 4. 2 twos are 4. This is so important for us to learn numerology, to understand all of this. So now we see that there were the 2 5s here. In this, it's almost like I'm getting a thing like Adam and did it I think it was said Adam and wife. So later on we see Eve. So we have Adam is 4 letters, and wife that he gave to I think the word wife was before showing Eve as being with Adam. So it was Adam, Adam, and wife. I'm just curious to do this now. So 1 4 1 4. So we see that is almost like the 14s as well. So this is 10. This is what we are talking about. The 10 precedes that creation, just like he has 10. I'm trying to figure out why. Yeah, 10 here. So Joe Biden equals 10, and 10 is really the perfect number here. This is perfect for beginning. This is why I felt he's going to win, because he's starting like with 1 and 0. So 1 is going to now begin to take its shape on in this, from this end of this 2020. We are beginning a new creation. This is the new creation with the number 1, which equals 7. Oh, I was going to do wife as well. Sorry, wife. So this is 5 9 6 5, and so this is 25. So this is 7. So wife is 7. So when he gave to his wife, or where wife was mentioned, and of course Adam is 1. Adding this together, we see number 8. This is the set. This is a new, again, like the 8th cycle, the 8-year cycle, the 8th term. We have seen, I've done a lot on the number 8. When it comes to 8, it's a set. There's got to be this other new creation, with new creation or new era. So this is really interesting. Another thing that got me thinking, wow, this man is 77 years of age. Right here, this Biden man is 77. So 7 7, when we do 7, this is like crazy. 7 is 1 5 4 5 5. and of course another 7 would be so the and Mother Eve, which is what we have been showing, the 14 gods is encapsulate, or Mother Eve encapsulates the 14 gods. So we see Mother Eve right here in the middle of 7. So Mother Eve is in this 7. She's also in the other 7. This is why 7 plus 7 coming together equals 14. 1 plus 4, because Eve, remember, Eve is 14. 5, 4, 5 equals 14. This is what we are talking about. How Mother Eve, and this is how Mother Eve was also the serpent. We see of 2 serpents. The 2 serpents likewise come together and it's like one, because it's one rulership at one time, if you like. The other one is in the shadow. Okay, so serpent, serpent. Writing is okay, serpent is 34, and 3 plus 4 is 7. So this is where we have the 2 serpents. This is why we have the caduceus, this symbol, as medicine for the chemist or pharmacist. This is the same as in the story of Moses and Aaron. They had, and Pharaoh, it was about the serpents, the fight of the serpents. That was politics or politricks. Okay, so that I find is very interesting. I forgot to take okay, let's do his date of birth, because I meant to get to be fair, Trump's date of birth as well. I may have it somewhere here. So another thing that I felt so fascinated about, he is on the 20th of the month, the 20th of 11. So we are in 2020. 20 is the planting. This is what I'm saying about South. There is South, or rock, ROCK. He is like when Christ said to Peter, upon this rock I will build my church. This is what 20 is about. Now, because he's also 20, as I did before, when we do the numerical value for 20, it is 26. So there's the double. He is doing the double creation. This is the new Genesis. Genesis is 33. 3 plus 3 is 6. So there are 2 6s, because we are always in 2 creations happening simultaneously. Yes, and of course 2 plus 6 is 8. And that is how they let us know that it's a set. Everything is a set, a pair, or in pairs, whether they're set of 7, like in the story of Noah taking the animals in. There were some that were in sets of 7, 2 sets of 7s, and that was again the representation of the 14 gods. There is so much more I want to say on this, so I may do a second part to this, because just to keep it not much longer. So thank you for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed this, because it's just a way of understanding how the numerology happens, what 2020 is all about. Thank you. Stay ignited and united.